right, not everybody is a genius, but math does not have to be frustrating. There are ways to make it fun for your students at home. Libby Lossing is the Director of Operations at Mathnasium. You've got some tips to help our students, which they're just coming off. They've had their first report cards, right?
So we just got winter report cards back, and so some kids are coming in and they're feeling a little bit defeated because that first semester didn't go too well. And so sticking along the theme of Valentine's Day, I have some tips for you for how kids can learn to love math.
I love that. Okay, so don't talk about school being a struggle as a parent.
No.
You don't want to share that information. You may think that you're connecting with them.
Yeah, it seems like it's something that would be relatable, telling your kid like, oh yeah, math wasn't my best subject either. Don't worry about it, you'll get through it. But in reality, it's kind of like an idea of learned helplessness, where kids, they hear that their parents struggled or their teacher struggled or some adult figure that they look up to struggled, and they take that as it's going to be like an innate behavior that they inherit as well.
They can kind of make excuses and say, well, my parents didn't do well in math either, so I can't.
Yeah, and it kind of takes away your power as a parent to say like, oh, you gotta try. They're like, oh, well, you didn't.
Yeah. All right, so integrate math into everyday activities. I love this. What about food? Can we integrate it into food?
Yes, you can definitely bake. I love baking. I mean, yesterday I made brownies and I doubled the recipe, so I'm like, ooh, doubling fractions. But there's a lot of other more relevant ways for kids. So I know lots of parents think like, oh, grocery store, that's math. But in reality for kids, things like social media, apps, gaming, so like Fortnite, finding ways that math is relevant for their world.
That's a really good idea. And then take time to learn and embrace learning curves, because not everybody's going to get it right off the bat, and it can be frustrating.
No, homework time is really frustrating, and I know lots of parents see their kids struggling and they're battling and they're just like, oh, how can we make this go faster? And so they're kind of supplying answers where it's like, hey, 2 + 2.
Yeah.
It's 4, right? Oh yeah, okay, see, you got it, it's 4. But no, supplying the kids the answers, it's not teaching them to persevere through math problems. So they need to really try and embrace that learning curve of what it is to learn, because it gives them that muscle memory that they need in order to apply it in the classroom.
And you at Mathnasium help do this. And you said it's not just for kids who might be struggling.
No, Mathnasium helps kids catch up, keep up, and get ahead in grades 2 through 12. So whether your kid is behind and math has been a struggle for a couple years, or if your kid is looking to go to Harvard and is ready to just take on the world with math, we're there for them, because we customize all of the curriculum according to what the student's current level is.
I feel like a lot of times too, at some point, I mean, when they start getting into calculus and these other areas, they kind of outgrow you.
I know.
You know, and so you do want to be there to help, but Mathnasium sounds like a great place. Do you have any quick success stories that off the top of your head that you love?
Yeah, definitely. So I know lots of kids, doing supplemental education isn't the most exciting thing for kids. Sometimes they find it to be a punishment. They're like, oh, I'm not doing good in school, so now my parents are making me do this thing. And so it's really fun. I typically tell parents, like, wait 2 weeks, and you're gonna see, like, they're not fighting for it in the car, like, they're not like, oh, do we have to go again? They're actually starting to ask.
Oh,
so there's nothing I love more than when a parent comes in and tells me, like, they asked to come today. Like, they actually asked to come, or they said that Susie's their favorite tutor. Like, they love getting to work with Susie. It makes me really happy to hear stuff like that.
Libby, where can we find more information?
Yeah, you can find more tips at mathnasium.com/love, and you can find the Mathnasium nearest you at mathnasium.com.
Great. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
awesome
definitely.
tips, guys.